Right, I have to make a banner for an Altar Rosary Society for a pilgrimage. And um, I'll show you, I'll put up here a picture of what they want it to look like. Only, of course, with their wording and their insignia on it. So I did in Digitizer, I just did some circles and a square the size of the banner to get an idea of where the wording is going to go on it. This applique in the center is something that I could applique and just sew down. But the wording is going to have to be embroidered right on the banner. Yes, I could do individual letters and sew them down, but it's more of a pain than it's worth. So I'm going to, this is just a sketch of what it's going to be. This is what I want, what I need. So right now what I'm going to do is just cut this lettering and paste it in another hoop. This is technically one hoop, but it's not. This will end up being several hoops. And that's what I want to see is how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to cut this, copy it, and then I need to get out of this. Go to select, copy this, and paste it in another hoop. Now that's something I actually already did. However, I don't like this wording here. That I don't. Let me just put a whole new template. Okay, so and there's no hoop turned on, but it's pointless to put a hoop on because it's not going to be the right size anyway. So now I'm going to paste this in here. So this is what I need. These words right here. Now, what I need to do now is find out how many hoops I have and come out a little bit. How many hoops I have and where each hoop is going to fall. So I'm going to come down to multi-hooping, and I'm not going to be using this. I'm going to use this machine and the biggest hoop I have. So it's going to be this hoop. Now, if I took this hoop and dragged it over here, over the blessed, I can get the whole word blessed into that hoop. All right, let me add a hoop here because it doesn't want to do that. Okay, try this again. So technically it's about it. Look at, come in close enough to look at this. It's all within the design line. Notice the C isn't on church. That's going to have to be done in another hoop. Normally what this does is when something's covered by a hoop, it turns it black. Let's add another hoop. All right, now this hoop I'm going to rotate because I want to cover this area up here. Again. Let me rotate you. All right, there you go. And let's see how much Virgin and church we can cover with this. I can cover church to the end on Virgin. I can either cover the whole of Virgin, or I can cover the whole of Church, or I can do part of Church and part of Virgin. I can't do the end. Let's see if I can do the end with the Mary. I'm going to end up with 3 hoops here. So I'm going to have blessed in one hoop, Dirgicurch in one, and Nmary in the third. So I'm going to turn off multi-hoop now. And go back to regular digitize. Alright, so I'm going to select, I'm going to use polygon select. I'm going to select this, this. I may have to break these apart because I put all these words in together to line them up. We'll see. It doesn't want to do that. So let's select it all and break it apart. Break apart. Now I should be able to do it. So I'm going to, let's select the color, let's say pink, and polygon select, and we bless it all in one hoop. Okay, I have to break that apart too. Alright. Stop. Break apart. And, alright, so now it's got blessed in one hoop. And I'm going to make that pink. And then I'm going to make, I have to break Virgin apart again. I have to break it even more apart. Because I'm going to be separating the N and Mary and into another hoop, make those green. So Dirgi and Church is going to be one hoop. The N and Mary is going to be one hoop. And the blessed is going to be one hoop. An altar rosary down at the bottom will have to be 2 hoops. But I'm just working at the top right now. So I know this is one hoop. I know this is one hoop. I know this is one hoop. Now, the next question is, what are the centers of those hoops? So I'm going to turn back on multi-hooping. I should bring up those again. And it says that this N isn't covered by a hoop, so let's just bring this in a little bit more. Now it is. See, notice all of them are now green, so that means they're all covered by hoops. So I'm taking the blessed, and I don't need multi-hooping for that. All right, so I know everything's going to be covered, so now I'm going to turn off multi-hooping. I have to go back to regular digitize. Okay, So I want to know how each of these is related to each other. In other words, I need to put in some keys so that when I come back here, I will be able to line these up as well. All right, so I'm going to select all. Select all. I'm going to group those for a minute. Actually, yeah, I'm going to group. And then I'm going to turn on my hoop. Here's the three hoops that I'm going to have. Uh, so, so I'm going to come in. Where's my in? Okay, so this is all going to be inside one hoop. I need to know where this, I need to leave a key. If I sew this hoop first, I need to leave a key so that I can line this hoop up with this one. So I'm going to digitize an open line, and I'm going to take black thread, and I'm going to mark right where that, I want to say right where the C is, but I wouldn't be able to see it if I put it on top. So I'm going to mark this line here, and this line here. I'm going to I'm going to sew on top of the line just so that it won't show up. So let's do this. I'm just going to go around here in the center of the C. All right, so over here in the resequence box, I don't want this one. I want this one to go all the way to the top. I want to move it down below blessed. Blessed. And then I want to make another copy of that. Copy it and paste it right on top of itself. And that one, I'm going to need a different, I want that to be a different color. Let's say, send that up to the top. I'll put that down here. So this is going to be one hoop right here. And then I'm going to stop, and I'm going to move it, and I want the key to be the first thing before I start sewing Virgin or Church. I need it to mark this, and I also need it to mark the center of the hoop, which we'll do in a second. And then after virgin gets sewn and church gets sewn, then I need to leave a key for the N. Now see, the N is halfway out of that hoop, so I can only leave a key on this part of it right here. So let's do another black thread and ties an open line, and I'm going to and that's going to be, and I'll copy and paste that after I select it. Copy, paste, and make the pasted one a different color. Purple. Alright, and I'm going to move both of these. Both of these up here after the I. One is going to go with this hoop, and one is going to go with this hoop. Now church here has to get moved as well. Church is going to get sewn. And so that I can move this. Church is going to get sewn right after the I and virgin, and then the key is going to get sewn. So far for our three hoops, we have blessed and a key. We have the key for the next hoop matching that one with the letters it's going to sew, VIRGI and church, and the key for the next hoop. And in the next hoop, we have that matching key, the N that did get sewn, and Mary. So those are the three hoops. Now I can begin by moving each of these into another hoop, but first thing I want to do is here's the center for this hoop. Let's see if there's a center marking. Here's the center for this hoop, and those I also need to mark. So when I'm setting up my hoops, I know where those are. So digitize an open line. I'm going to use black, and I'm going to hit the center of this, go up and down and over, just to make sure that when I put it in, I have to line my needle up with this before I start to sew anything. Enter. Okay, now that's going to have to go all the way up to the top. That's going to be the first thing that gets sewn here. And in the next hoop, we have this is the center. So let's do this one. And up, down, side to side. So that's the center of that hoop. Now that's going to get sewn. And that has to get moved up here. So this is, after this hoop gets sewn, that's going to be the first thing sewn in the next hoop. So it's going to be between these two here. And then the hoop, the one for this is going to be between these two. So let's go over here, find this hoop. And there it is, right here. It's hard to see. So, open line, center that hoop, straight up, straight down, side to side. All right, and that's going to get here. All right, so now I want to look at the colors. this one should be my X. This is the letters, blessed. This should be, these three objects. But I want these three objects all to be the same color. I need these two to be one color. So let's make those something about, we need those to be one color. So we can tell where the hoop ends. This is one hoop. And this is the crosshairs for the next hoop. And we can make it the same color as the key for that hoop. So whatever this is, we can make this black as well. So now we have colors here. Back to the colors. So this should be actually two objects. Here. I'm seeing one. Oh no, it's only one object. It's the key. No, but it should be two. It should be this as well. It should be black. Let's see if we got two now. Yeah, we have two black objects now. Then the lettering, which is Burge Church. And then this is two objects and it needs to be one. So we have this church. This is the key for this one, so this has to be a different color than these two. So this one, we'll just make it a brown like this. So we have this is the key with this group, and this one this one and the purple can be the same color. So this one can be black. Let's change this to the purple. So now let me come out, and now I can transfer all of these into another hoop. So I can group down here. I can group this one and this one and the key. That's one hoop. I'm going to group those together. And I can actually now cut those out and open a new hoop. I don't know. Oh, okay. And paste. All right, so this is what I have. Let's see. Come in a little bit. We have the word, we have the mark in the center, the word blessed, and the key for the next hoop for marking. And I'm going to turn on the hoop here, and now we have to push this into it. So this is grouped. Come out a little bit. What I want to do is take this mark and put it in the center of this hoop. And come in here. And I should line those up. Just a group. So now it's lined up a little bit. And notice this is over the line here. We're going to have to edit that. So, but everything else looks like it's in the hoop. Double check this corner down here. Yeah, it's not not over the red line, and not over the red line at the top or this side, except for the key here. So we can ungroup this, and now we're going to take this one and reshape it. If we don't, we can't have anything outside the, so we'll just delete those and leave the rest of this. So that's the first hoop for the wording. Now let's go back to so now let's get the second hoop here. So we need, which is going to be this black mark, key, cross in the center, the reddish part, and a blue key. I'm going to group those together. And then I'm going to cut them. And open a new hoop. Come out a little bit. And I'm going to paste them. They're pasted. They're still grouped. Now I need to show my hoop. And I need to rotate this hoop because that was, we turned the hoop. So, turn it left. So now it's, and I need to take, now I need to bring this cross down into the center of this hoop right here. Come up close to it. And under that cross and across this. Come out a little bit, make sure everything is in the hoop. The C is in the hoop. All right. This isn't over, so this is good. All right, so that's the second one. And we can ungroup those now. That's the second hoop. Now let's go back to the other one. Now we just need this one. So this should be the crosshairs, center, and the key for the end, and the word Mary. And I'm not going to copy and paste this. I'm going to leave it right here. Simply get rid of these. And then go back down here to multi-hoop because I don't need the multi-hoop anymore. It served its purpose. So I'm going to delete a hoop. Delete this one. And delete this one. Which leaves me only the one hoop in the middle. And so I'm going to out of multi-hoop, go back to Digitize. All right, and I'm going to group these together. And find the crosshairs, which are right here, and put those in the center. And then command close and double check it. That's a hard one to do right there. still within the red line. This is fine. And so I can ungroup this one. And now I have 3 hoops that I need. This is actually going to be the third one. So I'm going to label these. I'm going to save this as hoop 3. Going to file, save as, file. This will be the third hoop. Save design as. And this will be hoop 1, hoop 1. That's what is hoop 1. File, save design as. Hoop 1. And this should be hoop 2. Finish this segment. File, save design as. And I'm not going to close these out, I'll just leave them here because I need to put them on thumb drive to send to my machine. Okay, so that part, this part of the design is ready. Church is not small letters. I made it all capital letters, the same as this one. It looks more like this one, like this. And then the Altar Rosary Society, I did the same way. It's just going to be 2 overlapping hoops. And just so you can see how that works, let's just, it works the same way. So you're going to copy that, file, paste it into a new template. Paste that. That's going to be way down here. Right. And you're going to do the same thing, multi-grouping. Let's turn this. I really need to do this. What I want to. Alright, so let's move down here. I always like to leave one up there. I'm just trying to put words up there so I could leave it there, but it doesn't look right the way I want it. So if I put this over it, you can see it doesn't cover everything. It covers altar and RO and most of society, but not all of it. Or I can pull it the other way and cover all of Rosary, everything but the S in society. So I'm going to start. I like to work from left. I'll be sewing altar first. I'll do as much as I can from the altar side. And I want to leave a little bit of room here so that I can, if I I need to move it around a bit, I can. But I'm going to do alter and the RO and SOCIE, and I'll leave the TY with the SARY. So let me get another hoop, and I'm going to, again, rotate that one. Make sure it's straight. And then I'm going to go down here. It's going to try and pick for me, but so I can delete this hoop here. Alright. And I'm going to leave digitize. I'm going back to digitize. And this is, again, this is where I decide how many what I want in each hoop. So turn the hoop on. There's the hoops. So I'm going to, first of all, break apart everything. I have to go up to the lettering and break apart. And so separate us as society. I want to need to break this apart too. And then I need to break apart rosary. And I need to break apart society. Okay, so alter and RO is going to be one hoop. So let's RO and alter. It's going to be one hoop. And I'm going to make those pink. So they're different. And I'm also going to put SOCIE in one. So down here, SOCIE is also going to be pink. So that leaves SARYTY as the other color. So if I come up here with colors, I'm going to move this group up here, and that group down here. So now I have alter, ROSOCIE, and then it's going to sew the next hoop, so the SARY, and then the TY. All right, so next thing, I need to put the keys where I'm going to, I need a key for the T and the S. So in, I could also put the centers. Let's just do it that way. Let's do the center. Undo. Okay. Digitize. Okay, digitize and open line. So I'm going to, here's the center for this hoop. Up and across. Need to get in a little closer. Okay, it's hard to see that. Alright, so here, up, down, and across. And that's going to go to the top. The first thing that's going to get sewn is cross, first thing in this hoop. Now, keys. I need to see where this S is. So, that's the line. I'm going to take, I'm not going to take, I can use the black, but I'll use the color because then you, so I'm going to go around this S. Okay. Down here. So that's these two. So I'm going to copy those, paste them, and make those a different color. Let's say green. And then I can put both of these groups up here between, right here. All right. All right. And these two, I can make black, the same as the cross. All right. This is the cross for this one, so actually, just find one more. This is going to be here. So these two are going to be green. This is going to be green. And this is going to be black, the same as the cross. Okay, so then I should also put a key here, and I'm going to do that. Try another one. I'm going to copy that and paste it. And then one of these is going to go here. And one of these is going to go higher, right here. This one is going to be green like the other one. And this one is going to be black. Let me check the colors. So we should have this center here. I'm going to make that black. So we have the center, we have these letters, and we should have a key. And in the next hoop, we should have a center, which should be black, and these keys, which should also be black, and then the final lettering. So these three are going to go in one hoop. So you just select those three, cut them, and paste them. Paste them. Another hoop. where's the hoop? Turn the hoop on. Now we need to rotate the hoop. And then we need to come in, find that crosshair. These are grouped, but they're not the shoes. So, and try this up to the center. And come in and check it. So, crosshair is here. With alter, if nothing's touching, this is the key for the T for society. The S had to be cut off because of this line, but that's fine. So that's the one hoop. And then we can go back to this one. We can delete this hoop. Hold on, everything. And select that hoop and delete it. That should go automatically back to normal hoop up there. And going to group all this stuff together. Alright, so this one's doing that. We want to do digitize. Okay. Now we can group it together. That. And carry this up to here. Come in and make sure it's straight. Now it is. And we have the two hoops. That would be hoops 4 and 5. So this would be hook 5 foot. File, save as. File, save the time as. Hoops 5. And the other one is hoop 5. No, hoop 4. Hoop 4. File, save the time as. And all my hoops are up here, ready for me to send them to my thumb drive.